Are you struggling to switch between different command shells in Visual Studio Code? You're not alone. Today, we're going to explore how to select a different type of command shell in the integrated terminal. I totally get it. It can be frustrating when you want to use a specific shell, but you're not sure how to set it up. Many users face this issue, and it's completely normal to feel a bit lost. Here's the situation we're addressing. One user asked how to load Git Bash in Terminal 1 and Windows PowerShell in Terminal 2 within Visual Studio Code. If you've ever found yourself in a similar situation, stick around as we break it down. So what's the deal with command shells in Visual Studio Code? The integrated terminal allows you to run multiple shells simultaneously, but configuring them can be tricky. Let's clarify how to set this up properly. And don't go anywhere. At the end of this video, I'll share a quick tip that will make managing your terminals even easier. To configure multiple terminal types in Visual Studio Code, the user should first open the settings file. This can be done by pressing Ctrl+, or by navigating to File, then Preferences, and finally Settings. Next, the user needs to add the configuration for the different terminal types in the settings JSON file. For example, to set Git Bash as the default terminal, the user should include the following line. Now, to add Windows PowerShell as another terminal option, the user should include a separate configuration line in the same settings JSON file. After configuring both terminals, the user can open the integrated terminal. They will see a plus sign that allows them to create new terminal instances. Each instance can be set to a different shell type. Finally, the user can switch between the different terminal types as needed. This allows for a flexible development environment tailored to their workflow. Fun fact, the integrated terminal in Visual Studio Code is one of the most loved features by developers. It saves time and keeps everything in one place. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach shared by another user involves changing the terminal settings in Visual Studio Code. First, set your desired terminal, then run it. After that, you can change the settings again to open a different terminal type by clicking the plus sign. That's the end of that answer. Let's see another perspective. An alternative approach shared by another user involves selecting a different terminal profile in Visual Studio Code. To do this, click on the arrow in the terminal window and choose Select Template Profile. This will open a search bar where you can pick your desired shell. Now, let's shift our focus to a different response. An alternative approach to selecting different command shells in Visual Studio Code is to use terminal profiles. This feature allows you to define multiple terminal types, such as Command Prompt, Git Bash, and PowerShell, with specific paths and icons. Here's a pro tip. You can customize your terminal profiles for even quicker access to your favorite shells. This can save you a lot of time in your workflow. And there you have it. You can now easily switch between different command shells in Visual Studio Code. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks, and let us know in the comments how you use the integrated terminal.